Welcome back to Sales Made Easy. Today we're learning about duplication. What does that mean? It means you're one of the top people and you're going to make new top people, all right? Why is this important? Well, you're only one person. You can only be in one location. You can only do one thing at a time. If you can create an army of people like you, now you're a force. Now you're a force to be reckoned with. Now you're a territory. Now you're a district, right? So duplication is so important. Just being a top salesperson, it's not enough, all right? There's way more to it. So that's what we're covering today. This is called the attitudes of a top trainer, all right? Attitudes of a top duplicator. First thing we want to talk about is understanding the big picture. What's the big picture? It depends what your business is, but it's usually the same. Take over the world or whatever. Take over the market, right? You can paint the big, you as the top producer, you as the, maybe not even top producer, but as the top trainer who's an above average producer, you can paint the picture for the new hire or the trainee. Sometimes the trainee isn't a new hire. Sometimes the trainee is an adoption or a transfer, right? I've personally had multiple people that came from other markets that were not doing so great, and now they're doing awesome. So just because they've been in the business for a while, or they've maybe come from another business and they have maybe good habits or bad habits, doesn't mean anything, okay? It's all about what do you got to show them, and can you show them the big picture right now? You have a personal vision of your own to share. There's the company's, maybe you are the entrepreneur and the company's vision and your vision are aligned. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just the top trainer in your business and someone else's business. But you can share your own personal vision. People are going to buy into your story versus the megacorp's story or megacorp's vision. A lot more, because you're going to be the person that they're identifying with and talking to every single day. So you have your own personal vision that you can show them. You got a winning personality, you got an iron attitude, right? You're showing by example. You're always a student. You haven't figured everything out yet. And you admit that. You let them know, hey, I've been doing this 6 years. I've been doing this 14 years. I've been doing this 25 years. I'm still learning. I still got my notebook. I'm still a student. Things are always changing. Things are always evolving. And I want to make sure I am out there and I'm still learning. You're setting a great example. Monkey see, monkey do, right? Whatever you're doing, they're going to do, right? And whatever you're doing at 100%, they're going to do usually at about 80%, all right? You're focused on goals. This is what a winning attitude's about. You're focused on goals, not the external factors, all right? We're going to cover that multiple times in this, but your singular focus is goals, your own personal goals, the goals for whatever your business is right now. External factors are not something that affect you, because if you have like a little bad situation and then you let that affect you in front of your trainee, they're gonna times 10. So when you freak out, they freak out. You lose your cool, they lose their cool, right? Next level work ethic. It's, again, whatever you're doing, they're gonna do a poor imitation of that. Not that they're poor, it's just that they're learning. They're still trying to get their feet wet, and they're still trying to understand the business, and they're not going to understand it on the level you are as a top trainer. So whatever you do, expect them to do that or attempt to do that, but they're not going to do that as well as you, and that's okay, because that's part of learning, all right? But if you have a poor work ethic, what do you think your team you build is going to have, right? So first one, last out. You got to show them that. You have to show them you're always early, and you're always the last to leave, right? You lead by example, right? There's leaders and then there's bosses, right? A leader is someone who actually does the job and can do the job at a high degree, maybe not the highest degree, that's okay, but they can do it at an above average, high degree, and they show, they don't tell, right? Number 4 is you're great with dealing with others' attitudes, right? You can babysit your own attitude, and you can help kind of babysit other people's attitude. Other people, they might not have this iron mindset you've developed over time. And remember, when you started, you might not have had that either. Someone showed you how to develop that with time. Maybe you're one of just the blessed ones who just always has an iron attitude. But you're able to overcome things, and then you're able to show other people how to deal with these external factors as they come in a way that's not detrimental to their success, right? You're able to conduct impactful, critical conversations. What's a critical conversation? There's books on it, but a critical conversation is, you're not being critical of them, You're usually a good strategy would be a build, break, build strategy. Build them up, tell them, hey, this is where we have an opportunity to improve, and then end it on a high note. You're doing this really good, right? So that's an example of an effective critical conversation. It doesn't have to be some big long sit down in the office. Every moment you can be having some kind of critical, impactful conversation with your trainees, right? But it's got to be effective. You have to go at it the right way. You can't just be like, you're effing up. Some of us might have been trained like that, but it's not so effective for everybody to just tell them they're messing up constantly, okay? Build, break, build is a great example. There's a lot of other ways to have an effective, impactful, critical conversation here. Show a great attitude, okay? Things go wrong. That's business, that's sales. Welcome to sales. Things go wrong all the time, right? That's life. How you react to it is 90% of what's going to go down, right? So having a great attitude, when a customer's bad interaction, you got a bad customer interaction, whatever, or the day's not going the way it's supposed to, you're whistling. You're whistling at work, right? You're having fun. You're making money. Your mind is in the right place. You aren't getting affected by externals because your trainee is watching you. Your trainee's absorbing your traits and your attitudes. So if you get all freaked out about something, I've already covered that, but you have to show that great attitude for someone to start mimicking that. Willingness to go the extra mile. Don't just talk about going the extra mile. This is the last out rule, right? First in, last out. A top trainer is going above and beyond for themselves, by themselves. It's not for the business. It's not because Mr. Manager, Boss Man needs me to do this extra mile thing. They're doing it for themselves. They understand the extra commission. That's why they're staying. An hourly job, going the extra mile, I for $8 an hour, stay extra 30 minutes. I don't know. I'd rather extra $10. I get it if you're not willing to go the extra mile there, but this is sales. This is commissions. All right. You stay an extra hour, extra 3 hours. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pocket, tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars a year annually as you compound this, doing this week after week, day after day, month after month, right? So going the extra mile, they see this, they embody this, they know a top trainer is going to emanate this energy of it's like, of course I stay extra. I get paid like 10 times I get paid like 100 times because I make commission, right? They want more out of life. A top trainer wants more out of life, and they're willing to do whatever it takes for that, right? These are the traits you want to duplicate. This is what you want your people to do. This is how you need you want a top team? You want a top team? They have to think like this. How do they think like this? You think like this. You show them how to think like this. You want more out of life, and you're willing to do whatever it is to make it happen, all right? That's what going the extra mile means. Doesn't mean showing up, punching in, doing your 8-hour shift, doing the bare minimum, scooting by, all right? It means number 5. Great image. Top trainer knows their image is a reflection of the business. the reflection of their business, a reflection, and they're the banner. It might be your own business, it might be someone else's business, but at the end of the day, you know your image is your reflection on the business, right? How do you want your top team to look? Do you want them to look slumpy? You want them to look bummy? Or you want them to look sharp? You want them to be a reflection of you. Because your team as the top trainer is going to be a reflection of you, and you're a reflection of the business. Now they're a reflection of the business because they're reflecting what you're doing, right? So, when you ever heard that image is everything? Well, it's because it's one of those top things that, like, what people prejudge you on before any words are spoken. Your body language, what you're wearing, how you're groomed. These are things that people are prejudging you on, right? Number 7, a top trainer has a vision, right? They set their goals. They set goals, they have goals, they have their quarterly goals, they have daily goals, they have their weekly goals, their monthly goals, their annual goals. But a vision is that 20-year goal, that 25-year goal, 5-year goal, 10-year vision, that long term, that long range of why am I doing all this, right? Because I love going to work? I hope not. That's not why we're here. The idea is we're working really hard right now so we don't have to work so hard later, right? So you have a vision and you set goals to accomplish that vision. We've talked about that in other videos. You got a 10-year, okay, now figure out every year it takes year 1 to year 10 how to get to that 10-year vision. They work hard today for the better tomorrow. They move forward quickly through obstacles and setbacks. This is what you want your team to do. This is what you need your team to do. Alright? There's going to be obstacles and there's going to be setbacks. So they need to be able to move forward through these quickly because that's life in sales. That's life in business. Alright, and through the magic of the internet, we are now on 8, 9, and 10. So number 8 is the master relationship builder. These are the attitude of a top trainer is someone that can make a friend quickly. You have to do this if you're in sales. You have to be able to be likable, and you have to be likable very quick. So this is a very natural thing that you've already learned in sales. Being a higher performer, above average performer, is that you're able to be likable and make a friend very quick. You're someone that people want to follow. People, people buy people. People don't buy products or services. They buy into you as a salesperson, right? As a leader, they're buying into you, all right? So are you someone that is worth following? Are you someone that they can put their trust into, right? Number 9 is has faith. They have faith in themselves. They have faith in the business's vision, their own vision, and they have faith in the system that they're teaching. It might not be the system as I'm teaching it, but they have, all top performers, they don't just willy-nilly sales. They have a set of steps that they follow. So of course there's, every customer is a little bit different, but it is still the straight line or the system, and there's always an open and there's always a close and there's always steps to follow. There's always the track to follow. So they believe and have faith in that their system works, all right? And having a system is important in duplication because there are salespeople that are 100% personality, or they're 95% personality and whatever, charming or whatever, but you can't duplicate that. You can't teach someone how to be your personality. My trainer was like totally different person than me completely, but she taught me a system. She taught me a system because the system works. And if you have a system that works and you have faith in it, you can show others how to grow that faith, right? Because you get to deal with it, then they get to deal with it, then it keeps going, and you just keep doing the same thing over and over, and it works. So number 10 is persistence. You ever heard that success equals persistence plus persistence plus persistence plus persistence plus persistence plus persistence plus persistence? And I think it goes on a couple more times than that. But not being pushy. Remember, pushy and persistence are two different things. We don't want to be pushy. We don't want to be aggressive with the customers. We want to be persistent, respectful, but not pushy. They never give up. They have that vision, that goal in mind, right? I'm not talking about never giving up for the sale, right? The sale. So in sales, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. But being persistent means you just got a really bad interaction, a really unfortunate, a learning experience, as they called it in training for me. You got a pocket full of knowledge. Well, you just, instead of feeling down about that, you just hop, skip, and go to the next person with enthusiasm, right? Success is going from failure to failure with great enthusiasm. So that's what never give up means. Doesn't mean never give up on trying to close a customer, but it means going to the next person with enthusiasm. And then you're showing your trainee this. You're showing your trainee these things, okay? They ignore the external factors that don't resonate or align with their vision, all right, or their business's vision, or what are their goals, right? So external factors that are telling you no, you're not going to be successful at this. No, you've done this 100 times and you still aren't seeing success yet. They ignore that and they just keep going. They stay persistent. Sometimes you have to hit the rock 101 times before it cracks. Sometimes you got to hit the rock 1,001 times before it cracks open. So they're just persistent in the right way, right? Not pushy, not aggressive, but they keep their head down, they work, and they show their trainee, this is how you keep going without losing your attitude. So these are all things you want to duplicate in your team, your teammates that you're building. This is how you build a winning team. This is how you build a rock solid, rock star team. Appreciate you coming down. Thank you so much for joining our video. Have a great, wonderful, marvelous day. Let's go crush it. Take care.